Hello everybody, Cash I am here tonight with one of my deep thoughts, and it's one of the things I think about that really get me to see the magic in life and the alchemy of existence, especially when you break down the fact that our bodies run off of all four of the elements and the force of nature that makes those elements existent in a three-dimensional form. And I will break it down to the best of my ability right now, starting with Earth, our flesh and form, like the actual physical parts from the skeleton to the flesh. I mean, look at the resemblance of how skin looks like desert schemes, as well as they look like tree bark, and different, like the hair looks like different things in nature, down to everything else that makes up like that physical aspect, the meaty bits. That's the earth part. And then we have, of course, the water that goes through our vasculatory system to be able to help push nutrients and keep our body cooled so it doesn't overheat. And so we're able to process and stasis when it comes to our body and how it functions in correlation to the brain's connection to it. And then, of course, we have fire, which is basically all the heat that is being produced from your body from the rapid movement of your organs constantly moving, let alone the neurons constantly firing throughout your body. That's producing kinetic energy, which is producing heat. Anytime you have kinetic energy and friction, it produces heat. And then you put in the aspect that it also utilizes heat from the acids in our stomachs to be able to actually burn down the food that we digest to be able to be absorbed into our body and take all the minerals in from the sustenance that we are ingesting at that time. Then we also put in the aspect of air, of course, because without the air, we wouldn't be able to actually push, every time we breathe, those air particles go into our bloodstream and pushes all the nutrients and everything into the right parts of the body through the bloodstream to where our body needs certain nutrients, vitamins, or minerals to be able to process and actually be animate and physical, so to speak. And then, of course, last but not least, the force of nature that makes all of it happen, electricity. We literally have a biological electrical current that we call the electrical synapses that goes from our brain to our body through the electrical chemical resin that is our nervous system, and it constantly fluctuates different formulations of information, and that constant current is producing the heat throughout the body to be able to keep it animate, let alone helping produce movement for the vasculatory system to be able to push the water to be able to keep us hydrated to where we don't just dry up or burn up out of our physical form, and be able to process food. And with the electrical synapses, since it goes through our whole nervous system that covers everything in our physicality, from our muscular structure, our bones, our vasculatory system, down to our very organs, I find it quite astounding, because we literally have the force of nature from electricity animating all four of the elements into a physical form that can observe itself and the rest of existence around it. Now, for me personally, I find that astounding. I hope you found this quite entertaining, maybe a little enlightening, and maybe just a new thought to think about. Till next time, peace with you and all the love. Have a great night, y'all.